Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. We are going to prepare for general exams, I'll say. Specifically, I have CAE, the Cambridge Advanced level. We have pictures to talk about, but this is genuinely just how you want to approach anything where you have to talk just improvising about a subject. So we'll go through some exam strategy, the format specifically of the Cambridge exam. And for anyone really, this is a great way to practice talking about subjects just very on the spur of the moment without preparing for it. So as soon as we get people in, we'll start going. And Peter, how's it going? It's good to see you.
Hello, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Is your picture? Is that you or is that someone famous? I can't tell.
No, it's an actor, and his name is. Do you know the film Margin Call?
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's about the crisis when Lehman Brothers bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So is the story about how Lehman Brothers go bankruptcy. I don't know how it's in English.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Yeah. So you say go bankrupt or when they went bankrupt?
Okay, went. Okay. So he's a main actor.
Okay. Is that Zachary Quinto? I think he's also Spock.
Yeah. Also in Heroes.
Yeah, I only watched the first season of Heroes, but how did it change after that? Is it still going?
Right now, I don't think so. I don't know, but I watched the first and second season.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I like the actor. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah. No, I enjoy watching him. And were you in? I think I've done this class once before. Were you in that last class with me as well?
No, last class, no.
Okay.
I think last week probably, but I don't know.
Okay. No, I'm just curious. Yeah, I think we'll give it a couple minutes just to see if we have more people join, and then if not, you get all the attention on you. So that could end up being good for you.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from Spain.
Spain? No way. What part?
Yeah, Seville.
Seville. Okay, I'm in Barcelona right now.
Ah, okay. Barcelona. What are you doing there?
Teaching? Teaching, living, enjoying the sun and sea.
Do you like?
I love Barcelona. Have you ever been?
Yeah. Once.
When did you go?
I went 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, was. I prefer Madrid. I lived in Madrid for 9 months and was an amazing experience. I think Barcelona is more cosmopolitan.
Okay.
Than Madrid, and also is amazing. I think Barcelona and Madrid are the better cities in Spain.
Yeah. What did you?
The type. Well, here in Seville, in Andalusia, to find a job is quite complicated, and in Madrid is more easy. So, and also the how the people live. It's a big city, and no one see you how you dress, or no one is different. The atmosphere is completely different. Seville is an old city. Also, my neighborhood is quite old people. So yeah, the culture is completely
In the
different.
country, because here when the temperature goes like 20 degree or 11 degree.
Heidi, are you speaking or is that a recording?
Hello.
Hi Heidi, how's it going?
Fine, thank you.
That's good to see you again. And have you had class with Peter before or no?
Before?
Yeah. Is this the first time that you and Peter are in class together? Or
No, I attended some game classes. Did you forget?
you repeat that? I didn't hear what you said.
Did you
I
forget
think
me?
it's my first time with Kitty.
Heidi, that's there was actually apparently Hello Kitty is a girl and not a cat. There was news about that.
Is what?
So Heidi's picture I think is Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
And there was a news article that Hello Kitty is actually not a cat. Hello Kitty is a girl.
Yes, about breaking news.
Yeah. So life-changing news right there. Ahmed, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
How's it going? It's good to see you again.
Fine, thank you.
All right, so the first part of class and just the first part of a test is just the introductions. So they're going to ask you to speak about yourself. So basically, the interviewer will start, just so everyone knows, I explained this to Peter earlier, but today's class is specifically the format of the Cambridge Advanced exam. That's one of their proficiency tests.
Yeah.
But everything you do here is applicable, it's relevant, you can use this for other exams. So it's TOEFL, TESOL, whatever. You can learn how to just approach an exam the right way. So we'll start with the normal thing. The interviewer will say, hello, my name is Will, blah, blah, blah. And then the examiner asks you simple questions like this. Tell me about where you come from. Do you enjoy studying English? Do you have any hobbies or interests? Why are you preparing for whatever exam? When we're answering these questions, do you think you want to provide short answers, or do you want to give more detail and make the answers longer?
Short.
Okay, does everyone agree?
A few sentences.
Yeah, so you don't need an essay, but you actually do well for yourself if you offer more than just the bare minimum. So for me, I don't say, where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. You say, I'm from New Jersey, provide a little detail, where it is, maybe what you do there, and avoid just yes or no answers, because this is the speaking exam. They want to hear you speak. And yeah, I mean, I think a good way to practice this is just to hear everyone. So, Peter, tell me about where you come from.
I'm from Seville. It's a small city in the south of Spain. I've been living here all my life.
Cool. Do you want to add maybe anything about Seville, what it's like to live there?
Well, it's I'm not sure, but probably it's the warmest city in Spain. The summer is very hot, and the winter is normal. It's not the opposite. Is in the past was one of the capital of the world, because all the gold that came from South America, the main door of Europe was Seville. So tons of gold was distributed around Europe from here, from Seville.
Very cool. Very cool. And I didn't know that before. That's really interesting, actually. Heidi, tell me about where you come from.
I'm from Japan.
And can you give us more details about? And remember, on an exam like this, you get extra marks. You get more points if you say more than just where you're from. Tell us. Oh, sorry about that. Just closed the window by accident. Just tell us, something about where you are from in Japan, what it's like to live there, how you enjoy it.
I'm from Japan, living in Osaka. Osaka is the second largest city in Japan. Not so much famous, but people are very kind and funny. I enjoy living here.
Very cool. Very cool. And there, it's amazing. Even just that extra little piece that you added on helps a lot to both hear about you and hear your English and also know where you come from. Ahmed, tell me about where you come from.
I'm from Saudi Arabia, in a nice large city which is called Jeddah. It's located on the beach.
Very cool. All right, and Peter, do you enjoy studying English?
Yes, I do. But I sometimes I hate to study grammar, but for example, speaking, reading, listening, I think I like it. I think the best part of studying English is that you can talk with a foreign person, a foreigner, and you can work in other countries. So
Very nice. Heidi, do you enjoy studying English?
I want to enjoy studying English. But basically, I don't like English.
What?
English is very strange language. Depending on the word, the pronunciation is much different. So actually, I don't like English so much.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I learned Italian. Italian how to read the decided. So even though I see I meet some new words, I can read it. I can read books.
English, not so much. It's not the same. Ahmed, what about you? Do you enjoy studying English?
But I enjoy study English sometimes, but when I have the exam like to do and to pass this exam, it come annoying me a little.
Okay, fair. That's fair. Wow, I thought you liked English more. I have 3 people in my class who hate English. That's good to know.
I'm not hating English.
I
I like to study English, but
I know,
when I have when I have to pass the exam, so I study for the exam. Just it is very annoying me because I want to study to learn, not for the just exam.
Exactly, and it's unfortunate. I think that while the exam is a good way of testing your level in different areas, it's also not the same as communicating with people, which is the point of language. Yeah. Let's see, Peter, do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yes, I have a few hobbies. One of them is economics. I read books about economics and also about finance because nowadays it's an interesting moment in our history to know how the how economy can grow, and also because the society needs to learn that with depth you cannot live as long as you want it. So that's it.
Very interesting. Heidi, what about you? Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Before, my favorite hobby was sewing. I sew a lot of things. I could sew anything. Then I enjoyed buying some new textiles and design. But last year I had broken bone. Then after that, I've never sewn something, anything.
Very cool. And Ahmed, do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yes, I have hobbies such as sport and also read news and watching TV. And I like to walk, but actually I don't walk too much.
Okay, fair enough. And just last one, Peter, why are you preparing for the advanced exam, for example? And if you guys are not currently preparing for an exam, just imagine or pretend. Give me an answer that you might say during the exam.
Okay. Yes, I'm preparing for the advance because now in Spain more companies are hiring employees with advanced level, and it's not enough to have this FCE. So this is the main reason why I'm preparing for this exam, and that's it.
Very cool. Heidi, what about you? Why are you preparing for the exam?
I'm sorry, I'm not preparing.
No, give me a pretend.
I don't care about that kind of exam because I have a friend. His score was very bad, very good. Then I talked to him in English. His speech is not good, and even he doesn't know about grammar so much. So the score and reality is much different.
And I think that's very fair. That's even this class. I'm helping you, what we say, game the exam, or this is how you get a lot of points. And with an exam, it's always not a perfect measurement. It's a very good point. And Ahmed, finish off for us. Why are you preparing for the exam?
Yeah, I really preparing the exam, and I get headache from preparing the exam because I have to get the 6.5 in IELTS to go to the university.
All right, and I think a lot of people you need to pass these things in order to have more opportunity, and that's what happens. So, next bit is there's no other way to say it other than you talk about pictures, and it sounds funny and a little strange, and it absolutely is, but to know how to do it is very good to practice like little language things, like when you're talking with people, when you're interrupting or asking for an opinion. So the next part specifically on the CAE is what we call long turn. So you have 2 minutes, and you have to talk about pictures. And let's see if I can find an example of this really quickly. Basically, what you want to do is answer the things in the prompts. So let's pull up some picture examples.
And you need to choose between 2 of 3 picture, right?
It depends on what the question says.
Okay.
So, for example, if you see this, you literally have to talk for 2 minutes, just you speaking. It's very unnatural, but it's what it is. And for this one, we have what different aspects of train travel do these pictures show, and how might the people be feeling. So, very important here that you cover those 2 points. You see the pictures, and a lot of people just want to explain what happens in them. but your goal is to answer these questions. That's how you get scored. So before we do this, just want to give some general tips for these answers. Pictures usually have a general theme, or you're trying to find something where you can compare and contrast. So there are going to be something similar and something different, and that is an easy way to talk about them. It's also good to end, if you want, with a personal statement. So you can say, for example, in this last one, they're showing the good and bad things of train travel. Personally, I enjoy sitting in the car that has seats and a dining cabin, for example. I think the best way to practice this one is just to start speaking. So I will set a timer for 2 minutes, and each person will get a chance to speak about some pictures. So we will start with Peter.
Okay.
And your 2 minutes starts now. So tell me about these pictures. What different aspects of train travel do they show, and how might the people be feeling?
Okay. Well, I think in general the picture describe a train or a moment inside a train. In this one, in the up left, we can see businessmen thinking about their problem. Probably they are going back to home. And I think in the also they in contrast with the picture down the down left, they are probably in a free time spending their holidays inside a very luxury train. And they look like wealthy people. I think in compare with the first one that I taught, they are in a free time, and in the first one they are in business time or work time. So in the second one, I think that they are feeling great. Probably they are resting for a few months, working hard. So, and I think probably the first picture that I talked is a normal train, but the second one is just
all right, time's up. And they'll do just that. So how I stopped you right when you're speaking, that's exactly what they do. There were some good things in there. I liked how you talked about, like you gave directions about the pictures. You're like, this photo in the upper left, this photo on the bottom left.
Bottom, yeah.
And you also compared and contrasted. You're like, in comparison with this and contrasting with that. I think you showed the different aspects. The one thing I might suggest to improve is talk about how the people were feeling. So I think you mentioned something in the top picture, how they are thinking about their problems, but more just explaining, you know, they're really having fun and enjoying themselves here. Here they're really cold and frustrated, something like that. But on the whole, pretty good answer. Well done, Peter.
Okay.
All right, Heidi, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so we'll get a new picture for you. And I'll tell you when your 2 minutes starts. So how might these people be talking to each other, and how might they be feeling? Go.
The first picture is a manager and a player, maybe soccer player. He had some mistake on goal or something. So manager got angry. He complained about that, about his play. And the second picture is maybe some waiting room and for the train, or yeah, possible for train. People are waiting for train. It takes long. It's a very case. It's precise. The punctual. But the foreign countries, train, I can't predict when train arrives. So, but they're already accustomed that what's the train system. So they enjoyed even waiting for the train. The final picture is okay, it's a business place. The senior person, she complained about something to younger employee. Employee want to ask something to the senior person. Maybe she's a newcomer, so she want to ask her, but the senior person is a little frustrated. How many times I need to say about the same things? She is thinking about that. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, so I just want to take a pause from this oh, sorry, video's off. I just want to take a pause from this exercise and say I am a native English speaker, and it is strange for me to talk for 2 minutes about pictures that I've never seen before. So this exercise should feel weird, and we do it like this so we get used to it. So, Heidi, very good things I think you did there. You talked about what's happening in each of the photos, a little more of how might they be feeling. So I think here you mentioned might be frustrated or something. Here you said the manager was angry, but I didn't hear anything about this photo. So it's almost like a list in your head when you're speaking. You know, you want to say how they're talking, what they're feeling, how they're talking, what they're feeling, how they're talking, what they're feeling. And then after you answer the basics, you can return and add more detail to your answers and maybe say something personal. But again, overall good answer. And Ahmed, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. We'll bring you back to the first picture again. And you have 2 minutes starting now.
Yeah, there is a 3 image in this picture. First one is like some people have headache and they are on to relax. And it's look like they are in the train or something like this. The second picture on the right, it is like it's cold weather and snowing, and people also waiting to go inside the train, and they waited the train to stop. The third picture is maybe in a restaurant. And it is, I think, a nice restaurant, and there is people eating on the table, and it is they are talking and they are happy, these people, and they also wear a formal cloth and a very nice cloth as well. So this 3 picture, maybe it's the third one is different, because the first one and the second one is, I think it is in the train, while the third one, I think it is in the restaurant, and maybe this restaurant inside the ship, and they all have a trip in this ship, so they are going on the water, over the water. So this is the picture, but the first picture, the people look tired and look maybe look like they have headache.
All right, time's up. All right, so I thought that was I would say the same as most of the other ones. I think you described what's happening in there, and I heard you start really getting into it here with the headaches when everything ended. But I would say overall, good job by everyone. I think we're getting the hang of this. It's something you really just have to practice. And the next part of the exam is something that's basically what we just did, but with partners. So it's called a two-way discussion, and I just want to review some strategy and tips with you, and then we'll practice it. So in this one, we use language to talk with each other. So I'll literally give you a picture, and I'll say, I'd like to talk about something together for 3 minutes. And I think the general tips are working as a team. This is so important. You want to ask your partner for his opinion. Say, what do you think? When you say this, do you mean that? Could you explain what you mean by this? That's an interesting point. This is really a conversation here. This is not the same thing as the last exercise. You want to be interacting with each other as you're talking about this. And make sure you talk about, use expressions to help yourself. So you can say, that's a good question. Let me think. And if you want to end, you say, so to sum up, so in general, are we generally in agreement that? Use these little pieces of language to help us understand where you are in your discussion. So now I'll get you some more pictures for this discussion. And here we go. So this one we'll do Ahmed and Heidi. And you guys have 3 minutes to speak with each other, and then we'll switch partners. And I just want you to tell me, how do these pictures show the role of computers nowadays, and which picture best reflects the difference computers have made into our lives? So 3 minutes starts now. Heidi, Ahmed, are you there? Heidi, you're on mute. Ahmed, I don't hear anything.
I don't know.
Ahmed, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So this is you and Heidi speaking together now.
Speaking about what?
You're speaking about the photos on the screen. We just want you to know, the questions are, how do these pictures show the role of computers nowadays, and which picture best reflects the difference computers have made to our lives? And you two are working together here. So you have 3 minutes.
Yes, this picture is quite different, but it is all of them related to the computer. Is it right, Heidi?
I'm sorry, my eyesight is very bad, so I can't see the picture so clearly. I know several pictures are related to the computer.
I think first picture is in lab, or maybe in company, and the people is working in that company or lab. What do you think, Heidi?
Okay, I got it now. It's kind of conference. Then maybe international conference. So they need to listen some translation. Someone has speech in front of them. Then each one has a computer. They are listening the speech from the computer. It's my guess.
Yeah. And about second picture, they are a couple in their house, I think, and they use a computer.
I think he's a teacher. He's teaching about the computer, how to use.
And the third picture is really strange.
Weird.
Yeah, but it maybe give a picture of people nowadays. They are attached to the computers and smartphones, and they really attached to these new devices.
I think he's a kind of robot. then body is a robot. He is sick, but he wants to do job still now. So actually, he is in the hospital or on the bed. Then a computer doing a job instead of him.
Maybe I look like to see his hand is tightened.
Yeah, so I guess it's a robot.
Yeah. So maybe the computer is.
All right, time's up. Okay, so now we breathe again. It's strange, isn't it? It's a weird exercise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you guys did well with that. You had I think a good back and forth, or you exchanged well there. It's just again making sure we really, and this one was difficult because the pictures were I think tough to see. That's my fault. And again, making sure we answer those questions specifically, giving like examples of how everything happens, like what are computers doing with us and how have they changed our lives. But I think you guys did well. All right, let me find some more clear pictures for you guys. Okay, so this one I just got it. Perfect. All right. Okay. So I'll put this picture on the screen, and no more Peter, so all the practice is for you two. So you'll have some fun speaking. So now we're going to say, the question is, why are these things important to some people in today's world, and which two things will continue to be important to people in the future? And does anyone have a problem seeing the pictures? Heidi, Ahmed, can you see the pictures?
Yes.
Yeah, first picture I think a woman, and she's carrying bottles, and I think it is for recycling.
Yes, first picture. Yes, I think so. It's kind of recycling. She gathered only bin in the garbage can. So she bringing that bins, bottles to some place.
How about the second picture?
Kind of ceremony for graduation.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
They are very glad. From tomorrow, they are free.
Yes, and I think it is in a university. They are university students.
Mm-hmm.
And third picture, I think it is a person who have a speech.
Speech or some celebrity because people want to take picture of him.
Yes, maybe he is an important person. Maybe he is prince or
Some
president or something like this.
some actor or singer because very young girls surrounding him. So I think.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So he is a celebrity.
Yes, I think so.
And fourth picture is about a crazy invention, which is a smartphone, which we really addict on it.
Yeah. Nowadays, many people are addicted to the smartphone. They play game even walking down the street.
Yeah. And fifth is people in gym.
Yes.
And they do exercises.
Bike.
Yeah. So they want to be healthy and to have a good, an excellent body.
All right, time's up here. And here's the thing. When we're looking at these pictures, it's really, we want to just see them and talk about them. Say, this one is a graduation, this one is a smartphone, this one is a class. But the exam is asking you for specific questions. So we need to hear, and I want us to do these same pictures again. We really want to be focusing here on those two questions at the top. Why are these things important to some people in today's world, and which two things will continue to be important to people in the future? So there are two tasks we have to do here. The first is say why they're important, and then the second is to choose two things. So at the end of the 3 minutes, you guys together need to say, okay, travel and cell phones, or graduation and recycling. It doesn't matter what you choose. The important thing is that you choose two things. And again, for this, we had some good stuff on the cell phone piece. You know, I heard games and messaging people, but we need to know why they're important. So I want to do this one again. I'll give you guys another 3 minutes, and I really want you to focus on answering these two questions more than just describing the pictures. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, 3 minutes starts now.
Recently, many people are addicted to the cell phone or smartphone. But recently, I had a question why I was having a smartphone, because I don't use that. I like playing game on the computer, but I use computer. I don't use a cell phone for that. Then I've never used the cell phone. My question was getting bigger and bigger. So finally, I canceled my cell phone. Now I don't have a cell phone. How about you?
Yeah, I really think a cell phone is very important nowadays because you can text and you can call and you can go maybe to other social network like Facebook and Twitter. And about a first picture is about recycling, and it is important because we recycle things or stuff.
Yes. But before I read some news about pet bottle is plastic bottles. People gather the plastic bottle. They believe it will be recycled. But actually, the company gather the plastic bottles. They send them very big amount of plastic bottles to China or someplace. They threw away in the Chinese mountain. So I was very I was very surprised and shocked.
And the second picture is a graduation ceremony, and I think to graduate from university is an important to get a job.
Okay, now I'm going to interrupt you guys. You have 1 minute left here. Now I want to you want to make sure you choose two things that will be important in the future. So you still have 1 minute, and that was better. So okay. 1 more minute.
I want to talk about the gym. Nowadays, there are many gyms in Japan. So particularly middle-aged people or retired people gathered in the gym. They practice a lot, work out. How about your country?
Yeah, in my country there is also gyms, and in the future I think the two things will be continue is a gym, and also I think a smartphone as well.
But people need to pay a lot of fee for the gym. But actually, old age, people walked a long distance, and sometimes they need to climb up the throat.
All right. Time's up. Okay, but that was better. Again, really making sure it's, just think of it like a checklist, you know? You want to answer this question, and then answer this question, and keep moving forward with that. So, I want to hear you guys do this one more, and then we'll change to one more difference. Sorry about that. Okay, so Ahmed and Heidi, what do you think the people might be enjoying about learning the new skill, and how easy might it be for the people to master it? And again, we really want to focus on these questions. So what are they enjoying, and how easy is it to master these skills? Do you guys have any questions before we start this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes, and that starts right now.
Oh, do you have driver's license? Do you have driver's license?
Yes, I have driver's license.
When you learned how to drive, how did you feel?
I think the second lecture,
Yeah.
he's someone will learning to drive, and there's someone else sitting behind next to him, and he watch him and educate him about how to drive, I think.
Before I went to the school, driver's school, then I learned how to drive. I remember that time. I was a little scared because I've never driven a car. Actually, car started moving. I was very scared.
About the first picture, I think there's a woman, two women, and they prepare
Cooking
a dish. Yeah, they prepare a dish, I think.
Yeah, I think it's cooking school. In
Yeah.
Japan, we have custom before getting married. They need to study how to cook. So there are many cooking schools. But nowadays, even men want to learn how to cook. How about your country?
In this picture, also, I think it is to learn this skill. Sometimes they become happy because they will know how to cook and how to prepare a new dish. So it is that feeling will be more happy because they maybe prepare this food for their children, and they will feed their children.
I've never learned how to cooking. I learned by myself, eating outside restaurant, and I asked chef how to cook. So I don't want to pay money for a cooking school.
Yeah. And the third picture.
All right, time's up. Okay, so I think I really liked the way you started that. I think, Heidi, when you were asking how did you feel when you when you first got your driving license. So I think that was perfect for that first part of the question. And I think it's really good you made it more natural. So I really like that. And I think maybe a little more again on that second part. I didn't necessarily hear, we heard about preferences, but I think not like this is difficult because you have to know how to do X, Y, Z. But general, I think that was good. And then for the last part of the exam, basically the interviewer will join in with you to ask about the pictures. So let me just pull that up really quickly. Yeah, so this is just an extension of kind of the last thing, and the tips are pretty much the same. Avoid short yes or no answer questions, and maybe tell a little anecdote about, tell a short personal story to talk about something. And again, you want to make sure that you're working with your partners. So I think I'll join in with you guys, and I'll ask you some questions about these, similar to how the last one was. So tell me about a skill that was difficult for you to master. And anyone, Ahmed or Heidi, either of you guys can answer. There doesn't have to be any order. So tell me about a skill that you worked a lot on to learn. It can be cooking, driving, painting, playing a sport, learning a language.
Mm-hmm. Studying or driving is very difficult for me. Actually, I don't like that. Before I drove car, I had own car, but I already sold because this place a lot of traffic. So I was afraid of killing someone. So before killing someone, I already quit driving.
Ahmed, what about you? How do you feel about driving? Do you enjoy it? Do you prefer other transportation?
Yes, I really enjoy driving because I can open the radio or the cassette and listening while I driving.
Okay. And do you guys have a favorite? How often do you cook? And what is the best thing that you can cook?
Actually, I like cooking. Cooking is a kind of creation and experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I have experiment. How to taste, mix this one with this one. How to use ingredient. Very enjoyable. And my husband is a victim of my experiment.
Very nice. What about you, Ahmed?
Yeah, I really cook sometimes, and I think my best cooking is mandi, kapsa. That is rice with meat, and it is a traditional cuisine in my country.
Very cool. And what about yourself would you say is very artistic? So it doesn't have to be painting. It can be music. It can be visual art, dance. What is important in your life about art?
I'm not good at music or sport, but I was very good at painting when I was an elementary school student. I got some gold medals and some competition. But after graduated, I didn't care about that painting. So now I can't paint anything.
You can't paint anything?
But I like looking at the painting or some. I like visiting museums.
Very cool. And Ahmed, what about you?
Yeah, really, I think really don't so much with art, but sometimes a nice picture may attract me. And sometimes drawing, I really maybe when I was in school, we have to draw. We have a class for drawing, but now I don't draw anymore.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys for participating today. Do you have any questions before we close up class there? I know this is a very specific type of class that we did today. Are there any questions that you guys have about the exam, strategies, anything?
No question.
Is there a good site for speaking?
What you can actually use if you want to see, do you mean to see what if you even just look in YouTube, for example, you can find, I'll send you, you can find examples of what it looks like with the exam. So they have, and the thing is, you don't know if those are good or bad always, but it's good to see what the process looks like so you can watch someone else.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being in class today, and I'm sure I'll see you soon. That was some good work.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.